we're in Denver, Colorado at EnerCom's 18th annual Oil and Gas Conference. I had the pleasure of welcoming Steve Jumper, President and CEO of Dawson Geophysical. Hey, Steve.
Hey, Quinn. It's good to be here again.
Well, nice to have you back.
Well, thanks for having me.
Last week, you reported Q3 results that drove an increase in EBITDA, net income, and revenues. What fueled your company's success?
Well, let's rephrase that a little bit. Let's say that our Q3 2013 was an improvement over our Q3 of 2012. EBITDA increased 53%. Earnings went from about 14 cents in third quarter of 12 to 50 cents. EBITDA somewhere around 10 million up to just north of 15 million. So we had quite an improvement on a year-over-year basis. Sequentially, we were down a little bit. Had to do with some late quarter utilization issues. But from on a year-over-year basis, certainly utilization rates helped. We were about 50% utilized in Q3 of 12, fully utilized in Q3 of 13. Crew efficiency is making a big difference. Crew productivity on a daily basis is the highest it's ever been for us, and so things are going quite well. We're pretty pleased with the cableless equipment and just the overall energy level and output of our valued people.
Can you expand, speaking about cableless technologies, can you talk more a little bit about that?
You know, we talked in the past. For the last 3 years, we've had quite an aggressive capital budget. We've invested in about 73,000 channels of geospace, GSR, cableless equipment, in addition to a large investment in our energy source fleet. And so those two things have really helped both the crew efficiency and the crew productivity, as well as the resolution of the images that we're providing. It allows us to put more energy sources, more channels, more detectors in a more dense fashion, and to really improve that resolution. So it's a win-win for both us and our client base. It's also allowed us to increase the efficiency levels of our cable systems by being able to put the right tool, right equipment in the right spot in the right environment. So it's been a nice addition to our equipment base.
And on your Q3 conference call, you noted that an increasing number of E&P companies are using your services across the entire E&P production cycle. Can you talk more about that?
You know, we have a slide on a presentation that talks about the ways seismic data can be utilized throughout the entire life cycle of an oil and gas asset. Obviously, we've been an exploration tool for a long time, where we would go out and acquire seismic data on behalf of our clients. They would prospect off of it, take leases, and drill. In the last 5, 6, 7 years or so, we've predominantly been an evaluation tool. They've done the leasing, they've got their land position, and they're acquiring seismic data, more of a geohazard avoidance issue, trying to determine where not to drill. And I think the cycle comes back as we begin to increase the resolution of these images, where we can actually really begin to help more on the production side. We're starting to get a little bit into that with the new microseismic business segment that we've entered into here in 2013. Allows us to help the E&P companies monitor hydraulic fracturing operations in these shale plays and kind of see the extent of the fracturing into the shale. And so that gets us a little bit closer to the engineering side and a little bit closer to the production side, which is where we really want to fit in all the way through the cycle.
And Dawson is currently in the middle of its fourth quarter.
Right.
Talk to us about what you're seeing from a demand perspective in the upcoming year.
That's a good question. You know, we are September 30 year in, so we're in calendar third quarter, we're in our fiscal fourth quarter. So we've had a nice run, particularly on a year-over-year basis. If you go back to your first question, we're a tough quarter-to-quarter comp. We've got weather issues and operational issues and other things that can affect us. And we're going to have some of that in the fourth quarter. We've got some project readiness issues. It's going to impact utilization on approximately 5 of our crews at some point in the quarter. We see that returning back to full utilization sometime in calendar Q4 13, Q1 fiscal 14. Demand had a little bit of softness during the June and July timeframe. Part of that could be time of the year. Part of it could be budget assessment going in the back half of 13. But the feedback we're getting is we anticipate 14 level to look much like 13, which would be steady It's certainly not gangbuster demand, but it's steady, it's replacement level, which is important based on how efficient and productive we're becoming. So we're optimistic. We're going to face some challenges with project readiness and scheduling, but I think we did better in 13 than we did in 12, and I think we'll do better in 14 than we did in 13. So.
Well, best of luck to you, Steve. It's been a pleasure talking
Thanks,
to you.
Quinn. As always, it's a pleasure to be here. Thank you for having us.
Steve Jumper, President and CEO of Dawson Geophysical. I'm Quinn Nguyen for oilandgas360.com.